Good afternoon, everyone. In today's video, we're looking more at the upcoming severe weather outbreak for next week. Here, we're looking at the Storm Prediction Center outlook for today. This is the severe thunderstorm outlook that we typically always look at every single video. As you can see, today we continue to have a slight risk for severe storms across portions of East Central Florida and also a marginal risk around that. Just kind of a low risk for severe storms, but we have had multiple severe thunderstorm warnings across portions of the Central Florida Peninsula today and this morning. But tornado risk continues to be a very small 2% chance for tornadoes. Wind and hail is going to be the main threats with a 15% chance for both. Tomorrow's outlook, we have once again another small slight risk for severe storms across portions of northern Texas and also portions of southwestern Oklahoma. Main threats are going to be wind and hail, and no tornado threat is going to be expected for tomorrow so far. But wind and hail is also going to be 60-mile-per-hour winds and up to quarter-sized hail. Now, here's the day 3 outlook. This is going to be for Monday. As you can see, we have a large area of a slight risk for severe storms. Once again, this is a level 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. So, again, once again, severe weather is expected for Monday across portions of Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Arkansas, and Oklahoma. We don't really have much of the tornado and wind risks yet, but this is the kind of mix of tornado, wind, and hail risks mixed together. As you can see, we have 15% chance for all those hazards. Here's the day 4 outlook, which this is pretty much the only outlook we have so far for day 4, which is Tuesday. We do have a large 15% chance for severe weather across portions of Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, and the Florida Panhandle. This is going to be the main area here for Tuesday's severe weather. Also, the main area for Wednesday's severe weather is pretty much going to be the same areas, except a little bit of a smaller area, and more of Mississippi, Alabama, Georgia, and Tennessee is going to be in that 15% chance region for severe weather. And even for day 6, we have a small area across portions of North Carolina, which could be seeing severe weather on Thursday. We are working on a Just Weather website that will be launching here in early April. All the latest weather news. It'll be updating pretty much every day. And also, again, with latest weather news, latest information from the Storm Prediction Center. As you can see, it has severe weather outlooks. It has thunderstorm risks. It also will have fire weather outlooks. We'll have the latest information on anything weather-wise. And we will also have a March start coming sometime this spring, so stay tuned for that. However, let's get back into the video here. This is going to be looking at the GFS model here for the severe weather. We are expecting pretty much the entire early this week. Let's go ahead and move forward here. We got the storms to continue to move throughout portions of Florida, but as I'm looking at radar here, they are pretty much fully moved out of Florida, except portions of the Port St. Lucie area, and also near the Palm Beach area, still seeing some isolated severe storms, and also a couple of severe thunderstorm warnings remain in effect for those types of areas here, but they are mainly moving out of the area here, and only a few storms remain across portions of Florida, but they will be moving off the shore briefly as I'm making this video. I think there may be also a water spout potential with those, so definitely watch out on the waters if you live along the east coast of Florida. However, let's go to the model run. As you can see, these storms are likely again going to be moving out of Florida throughout the evening hours. And as we move forward here, we get those snow across portions of the northeast. We also get some snow there across portions of the northern plains. Let's go ahead and move forward even more. We get some storms across overnight, Sunday into Monday. We get those storms across portions of the Midwest and southern plains. We get a lot of heavy snowfall over there in Michigan and Ohio across the morning hours of Monday. As you move forward here, we get those more storms across Monday and more the afternoon hours. I think Monday is not going to be overall a crazy day, except once you move into around the early morning hours of Tuesday. That's when I think it's going to get crazy there across the south with that severe weather threat for Tuesday. As you can see, that's a massive clustered line of severe thunderstorms that will be moving. This is going to be around 6 a.m. So you're going to be woken up by some very severe storms moving throughout the southeast for Tuesday. So Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, Georgia is going to be woken up by some very severe storms by 6 a.m. of Tuesday. We're moving forward even more throughout the afternoon hours. This is going to be 3 p.m. As you can see, there's definitely a massive clustered line of severe storms throughout North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia. that'll also be moving throughout the northern portions of Florida. Now here is Wednesday morning. As you can see, there's definitely a low pressure system with that snowfall up north, but as you can see, there's more severe storms expected throughout the afternoon hours of Wednesday, moving throughout the East Coast through the overnight hours. And as you reach Thursday, there is really not much of a risk for Thursday, but we'll have to watch that risk as we get closer and as we get more information on that. Now again, Monday is really not going to have a big supercell threat at all. As you can see, there is barely any supercell composite over here across Texas, so I definitely won't be live streaming for Monday. But let's move forward towards Tuesday. Let's see what Tuesday looks like supercell parameter wise. As you can see, throughout the morning hours and around the early afternoon hours, there's definitely a small area of a supercell composite. I do think the main tornado threat is mainly going to be here in southern Alabama and also portions of the Florida Panhandle. There's really not going to be much of a tornado threat across portions of Alabama and Mississippi, mainly a little bit of a swath here throughout those lines of storms, maybe a tornado threat. But overall with this system, there's not going to be a big tornado threat. It's kind of complicated with multiple systems activating severe weather, so it's a little bit complicated with this certain system that we are watching here for severe weather. But look at this, we do have definitely for Wednesday, there is definitely going to be, I think Wednesday is going to have that main tornado threat potential across portions across that line of severe thunderstorms. And then for, of course, Thursday, there's really not going to be much of a tornado threat with that. Again, Monday, as we look at the curved photographs, there is really not many tornadic photographs I'm seeing as of right now. Potentially a small area there in southeastern Texas could definitely see a tornado potential for Monday. Otherwise, let's go ahead and move towards Tuesday. And as you can see, this moves much more eastward, as you can see. And again, for Tuesday, really not that big of a tornado threat that I'm seeing here. There's definitely some curved photographs in there, and I do think there's definitely going to be a decent tornado threat across portions of northern Georgia within that line of severe thunderstorms. Also, northern Alabama, I do think there is definitely going to be some sort of tornado chance, but really not a big chance for tornadoes there because they are definitely a little bit curved, and you definitely see where they start. You definitely see that curve there. That is definitely indicating that there is a little bit of a tornado potential within this area here. Otherwise, again, Thursday is really not going to have any tornado threat at all, I really think. Main days, I do think are going to be mainly Tuesday and Wednesday, but we're going to have to watch as we get more information for this system here, as it is still a little far out. As we look at surface-based Cape values, this is, again, thunderstorm energy. There is definitely going to be enough thunderstorm energy for Monday to fire off some storms, but again, really not severe because especially in northern Texas, you are only getting around 200 joules per kilogram. Usually the model is kind of underdue Cape values, but I think there is still going to be not a lot of Cape in northern Texas, so I think those storms are really going to have the opportunity to fire in more of central and southern Texas and move in more northern direction. But the more northward they do go, the more weaker they're going to get. So they're going to move more eastward now. They're going to move much more eastward, and that's going to give them a lot more energy ahead of them to keep developing across the southeast. And you definitely see a lot of energy, especially for Wednesday. Look at this, 3,000 joules per kilogram. I think these storms are going to be very strong across portions of Mississippi and Alabama here for Wednesday. Again, not a big tornado threat as I look at the sounding for Wednesday. Look at this. We only have 24 knots of shear at the 3 kilometer model, the 3 kilometers. So this is the surface, only 24 knots, and at the around 1 kilometer, this is 15 knots. This is about the weakest tornado threat you can. This is one of the lowest tornado threats you could probably get with this type of system. But there is also going to be 3,500 Cape, so I do think that may actually fill in for a little bit of that low shear, but it's still just not going to be enough shear. I do think that it's not going to be really anything tornadic. It's mainly going to be winds and hail, especially hail. With 3,500 Cape, it's definitely going to be hailing hard within that line of storms. Be sure to subscribe to this channel if you do want more details on this. This is not going to be a significant severe weather outbreak like we saw a couple days ago. This is kind of just going to be a multi-day severe weather setup that may bring some definitely very strong storms, but overall not a huge tornado threat. So again, subscribe if you want more details on this. I'll have more daily uploads as we get more information from these models and see if this will be a significant severe weather event or not. But so far, it's not looking too bad. Share this with any friends or family that may want these types of daily weather uploads. But as always, stay safe.